welcome to the News on Map World Series section of Drishti IAS. I am Aisha Singh, and in today's video we will be covering topics which are important from General Studies Paper 1, that is Geography Map section. So first of all, let's begin with previous session question, and the question says natural borders like rivers, oceans, straits, high mountains, etc. provide significant protection to a country from the enemy country's land forces. In this context, consider the following pairs. So there are three pairs given and we have to select the correctly matched pairs. And the three pairs are, first is Arakan Hills, India and Myanmar, Rio Grande River, USA and Mexico, and then third is Altai Mountains, China and Mongolia. So let's see whether these fronts are between these countries or not. So first of all, let's see the Arakan Hills. So you must have heard about the Arakan Hills because it is situated in India also and with India's neighbor also, and that is Myanmar. So this is the location of Arakan Mountains that is on the sides of India and Myanmar border. So it is situated in the northeastern part of India, which is this region, and then it is situated in the Myanmar region also. And if we talk about the northeastern regions of India, then the regions which form a part of Arakan Mountains or the Arakan Mountains covered the regions of, that is, there are three states which form the boundary or which comes under the Arakan Mountains, and you can say that the eastern part of these states, and that is, we have Nagaland, then we have Manipur, and then we have Mizoram. So these three parts, that is Nagaland, Manipur and Mizoram, they form the part of Arakan Mountains, and especially the eastern part of these three. So Arakan Hills between India and Myanmar is correct. Second is Rio Grande River between USA and Mexico. So let's see this. This is the map of United States of America and Mexico, and if we talk about the Rio Grande River, then this is the Rio Grande River, and the Rio Grande River originates from the US and it forms a boundary between US and Mexico, and it is more than 50%, it covers more than 50% of the boundary between Mexico and USA, and in the end it goes and drains into the Gulf of Mexico. So Rio Grande is between Mexico and US. So this is also correct. Third is Altai Mountains, China and Mongolia. So let's see this. If we talk about Altai Mountains, then Altai Mountains is between Mongolia and China. So this is China, and on the north of China is Mongolia, and this is the border area between Mongolia and China. And if we talk about the Altai Mountains, I'll just change the color of the pen. I hope you will be able to see better now. So this is the region of the Altai Mountains. So majority of the Altai Mountains lie in the region of Mongolia, but the western part of the Altai Mountains, which is this region, majority of it lies in China also and in Mongolia also. So Altai Mountains forms a boundary between China and Mongolia. So Altai Mountains between China and Mongolia. So three of them are correct, and we have to talk about the correct pairs. So all three are correct, which is the correct answer is option D, which is 1, 2 and 3. So let's begin with today's session. So the reference for the first question says, recently Mohammad Muizzu has been elected the new president of Maldives. Now this brings Maldives to the news. So the question says, consider the following statements. First, most of the Maldives lie in the northern hemisphere. So let's see this. Look at this map, and if we talk about Maldives, then Maldives lie in the Indian Ocean, and Maldives is a small island country which lies to the south of India. So this is the location of the Maldives, and if we draw an equator, so this is the equator, line of the equator passing through the Indonesia. So Maldives is lying to the north of the equator. So Maldives lie in the northern hemisphere of the Indian Ocean. So this is correct. Second, the equator passes through the middle of the Chagos archipelago. So let's see this. So if we talk about the Chagos archipelago, it also lies in the Indian Ocean, and we have drawn the equator. So this is the equator. The Chagos archipelago is a combination of many islands, but they completely lie to the south of equator. Equator does not pass through the middle of the Chagos archipelago, but the Chagos archipelago is completely situated to the south of the equator. So the equator passes through the middle of the Chagos archipelago is wrong, because it is situated to the south of the equator. So second statement becomes wrong. Second statement becomes wrong. Now it's fine. So what is it asking? The question is asking which of the above statements are correct. So which one is correct? First one was correct, second was wrong. So the answer becomes option A, that is only 1. So let's move to second question, and the reference says, recently a genome-wide survey of the highly endangered staghorn coral was conducted in the Caribbean region. During the survey, 10 genomic regions with the ability to fight white band disease were identified in this coral. Now this brings coral to the news. So let's see the question. And the question says, which of the following statements is correct? First, so there are 4 statements, and out of the 4 we have to see that which one is the correct. So first is, most coral reefs in the world are found in marine areas with temperature above 20 degrees Celsius. So let's see this, that the temperature of corals, are they in majority of them, do they lie in the above 20 degree temperature? So if you will see this is a map of the isotherm, and the blue region which you are able to see is a region with more than 20 degree temperature. So the blue line or the blue region which you are able to see is a region which is above 20 degree temperature. Now we have to see that does majority of the corals lie in this region where the temperature is above 20 degrees Celsius or not. So the dotted regions you are able to see are the coral region. So if we will see that majority of the coral are lying in this region, and this is the same region as the isotherm region. So if we will see that yes, majority of the corals are lying in the 20 degree Celsius zone. So the statement becomes correct. Now let's see other statements also. So we have got the answer. The answer is option A. But now let's look at other options also, that why are they wrong. So option B says, coral reefs are not found anywhere else in India except Lakshadweep. So I think this to most of you would be able to eliminate, because we all know that except Lakshadweep also there are other areas in India where coral reefs are found. Like for example, there is Gulf of Mannar, there is Kutch area of Gujarat, then there is Andaman and Nicobar, and many other. So these are the areas where coral reefs are also found. So option B becomes wrong. Now let's look at option C. The Great Barrier Reef is located in southeast of Australia. Southeast of Australia. So this is the map of Australia. So let us first look at the directions. So this is north, this is south, this is west, and this is east. Southeast means somewhere here. So this is the map of Australia, and Australia is very famous for the Great Barrier Reef, which the majority of the corals are present in the Great Barrier Reef, and the location of the Great Barrier Reef is this. So this is the location of the Great Barrier Reef, and Great Barrier Reef, if we talk about in terms of the map, then it is north, south, west and east. So the Great Barrier Reef is lying in the northeast direction. So this statement becomes wrong, that it lies in the southeast direction, it lies in the northeast direction. So option D talks about most of the world's coral reefs are found in the Indian Ocean. So let's see this, whether most of the reefs are found in Indian Ocean or some other ocean. So okay, look at this map. So as I've told you, the dotted regions talks about the quantity of coral reefs in a region, and this is the location of India. If this is the location of India, then this is the location of the Indian Ocean, you can say. This is the location of the Indian Ocean. And but if you will not be able to find many of the corals here. The majority of the corals, if you will see, you will be able to find in the Pacific Ocean region. So you will be able to find majority of the corals in the Pacific Ocean, not in the Indian Ocean, and especially the Australian region. So this also becomes wrong. So the correct answer is option A, that most coral reefs in the world are found in marine areas with temperature above 20 degrees Celsius, because coral reefs also need a temperature in which they can flourish and they can breathe. Now next question, and the reference talks about recently the Philippines Coast Guard removed a Chinese floating barrier installed on a disputed shoal. So now this brings Philippines to the news. So the question talks about which of the following seas surrounds the Philippines archipelago. So there are 4 seas given, and we have to talk about that how many surrounds the Philippines. Philippine Sea, Sulu Sea, East China Sea and Celebes Sea. So let us see that out of these 4, which all are the seas which surrounds Philippines. So if we talk about Philippines, then this is the region, or this is the country Philippines. So Philippines is composed of many islands together and they form Philippines, and it surrounds its border with the South China Sea also, and it always remain in a dispute with China over the South China Sea and its disputed regions. So this is the location of Philippines, and the capital of Philippines is Manila. So if we talk about the seas surrounding Philippines, then we have, okay, this is Philippines. So first let us look at the east of Philippines. So Philippines, on the east lies the Philippine Sea. If we talk about the west, then it is Sulu Sea which surrounds Philippines. Then if we talk about south, then it is southwest is the Celebes Sea which surrounds Philippines. So these are the 3 seas which is surrounding Philippines, that is on the east Philippine Sea, on the west Sulu Sea, and on the southwest we have the Celebes Sea. But if we talk about the south, or if we talk about the East China Sea, then East China Sea does not surround Philippines. East China Sea surrounds China, Taiwan and Japan. It does not surround Philippines. So Philippine Sea, yes. Sulu Sea, yes. Celebes Sea, yes. East China Sea, no. So we have to choose the correct code. Correct code becomes 1, 2 and 4. So which one is 1, 2 and 4? So 1, 2 and 4 is option B. So option B is the correct answer. So moving on to the next question. The reference says, recently the 20th anniversary of the United Nations Convention Against Transnational Organized Crime was celebrated in Italy. Now this brings Italy to the news. So the question talks about, consider the following pairs. So on one side we have the peninsula and on the other side we have the country. So there are 4 peninsulas given and the countries associated with it. So it is Iberian Peninsula, Spain and Portugal, Apennine Peninsula, Italy, Scandinavian Peninsula, Denmark, Balkan Peninsula, Greece and Turkey. So first of all, what is a peninsula? So imagine India is also called, the southern part of India is a peninsula. So peninsula is a region which on 3 of its sides are surrounded by water, while on the one side it is surrounded by land. So that is peninsula. So first let's talk about the Iberian Peninsula. So first let's talk about the Iberian Peninsula. So on one side I have put one map, on the other side I have put the political map so that you will be able to see the countries also. So let us first talk about the Iberian Peninsula. So Iberian Peninsula lies in the European region in the country between Spain and Portugal, and the Pyrenees Mountains shares a boundary between Spain and France. So it is the Iberian Peninsula which is associated with the countries, that is Spain and then Portugal. So Spain and Portugal becomes correct. Then we have Apennine Peninsula, that is Italy. So if we talk about Italy, then Italy is also one of the southernmost countries of the European continent, and this is the location of Italy, and the Apennine Peninsula is, Italy is associated with the Apennine Peninsula. that is Apennine Peninsula, and this is the country Italy. So you can say that the peninsula on which Italy is situated is the Apennine Peninsula. So this is also correct. Then we have Scandinavian Peninsula, that is Denmark. Now this is a point where most of you people will get stuck, because there is a difference between Scandinavian countries and Scandinavian Peninsula. If we talk about the Scandinavian countries, then the countries like Denmark, Iceland, Norway, Finland and Sweden. These are the Scandinavian countries. But if we talk about the Scandinavian Peninsula, then these all countries do not form part of it, because the Scandinavian Peninsula has Norway, Sweden and Finland in it. And this is the point where the Scandinavian Peninsula ends. And this is the region of the Scandinavian Peninsula. It ends from here. So Denmark and Iceland does not form a part of Scandinavian Peninsula. We are talking about peninsula. If we will take Denmark, Denmark cannot come in a peninsula, because there is a difference between Sweden and Denmark. There is a water body which is going on, and Baltic Sea is also there. So Scandinavian Peninsula does not form Denmark in it. Then Balkan Peninsula, that is Greece and Turkey. So if we talk about the Balkan Peninsula, there is a process which we must have heard, and that is the Balkanization process. So this is the process because of which the Balkan Peninsula was majorly in news and is known. So if we talk about the Balkan Peninsula, then we have the southernmost part of the European continent to be known as the Balkan Peninsula. So this is the region of the Balkan Peninsula, and Greece forms the southernmost country of Europe and also of the Balkan Peninsula. So this is the region of the Balkan Peninsula. So even if we talk about, then yes, Greece is a part of it. And then if we talk about, then Turkey is also a part of it, because the country which connects Europe with Asia is Turkey. And after 1991, when the USSR was disintegrated, after this, that each and every country was getting independent, and this was the process when even the Balkanization process became very evident. So Greece and Turkey is correct. So Peninsula, Iberian Peninsula, Spain and Portugal, correct. Apennine Peninsula, Italy, correct. Scandinavian Peninsula, Denmark, no. Balkan Peninsula, Greece and Turkey, correct. So we have to talk about which all are the correctly matched pairs. 1, 2 and 3. So only 3 pairs are correctly matched. So the correct answer is option C. Now next question. The reference says, recently scientists have discovered a new species of highly endangered pangolin named Menis mysteria. Now this brings pangolin to the news. Now let's look at the question. So the question talks about, consider the following statements. First, there are currently more than 20 pangolin species found around the world. So pangolin species, okay, let us look at this map. So this is how the pangolins look like. And all over the globe, all over the world, there are only 2 continents in which the pangolins are found, and that is Asia and Africa. So these are the only 2 continents where pangolins are found. And if we talk about the total number of pangolin species present, then it is 8 in number. 4 is present in Asia and 4 is present in Africa. And if we talk about Asia, then the pangolin species are present in India, China, Philippines, and then there is Sunda pangolin, which is Indonesia. And then there are 4 pangolin different species which are present in Africa. Now let us look at the question. There are currently more than 20 pangolin species found around the world. So this becomes wrong. It is not 20, it is 8 in number. Then second, 4 species of pangolins are found naturally throughout India. Now the point becomes throughout India. As I've told you that only 4 species are found in whole of Asia, and in India there are only 2 species found. If we take, this is India, if we talk about India, then there are only 2 species found in India. First is the India pangolin that is found throughout the India, and then there is Chinese pangolin which is found in few of the areas of the Arunachal Pradesh. So this also becomes wrong. It is not 4 species of pangolins, it is 2 species of pangolins. Then third, after Asia, most pangolins are found in Australia. So this also becomes wrong, as I've already told you that there are only 2 continents on which the pangolin species are found, and that is Asia and Africa. So this also becomes wrong, and we have to talk about the correct statements. So how many are correct? First is wrong, second is wrong, third is wrong. It means none of them are correct. So the correct answer is option D, which is none of the above. Now next, the reference says, recently India and Bangladesh have agreed on the need to raise globally the issue of climate change impact and loss and damage on the Sundarbans. Now this brings India and Bangladesh to the news. So the question talks about how many of the following rivers flowing in India also flow in Bangladesh. It means the rivers which are flowing in India and they also flow in Bangladesh, that is flowing both in India and Bangladesh. So there are 6 rivers given, and it is Hooghly, Dhansari, Teesta, Subansiri, Manas and Damodar. So these are the 6 rivers. So let us talk and see that out of these 6, how many rivers flow from both India and Bangladesh. So let us first start with the river Subansiri. So if we talk about the river Subansiri, then it moves from Arunachal Pradesh, then from Arunachal Pradesh it moves to Assam, and then it gets merged with the Brahmaputra. So Brahmaputra is the river, is the major and the most important river of the northeast India, and it majorly flows from Assam and then it goes into the Bangladesh. So Subansiri first flows into the Arunachal Pradesh, and then from Arunachal Pradesh into the Assam, and then it gets merged with Brahmaputra. It does not go to Bangladesh. So it forms a right bank tributary of Brahmaputra. So Subansiri gets eliminated. It does not go to Bangladesh. Then we have Dhansari. Then Dhansari is the river which originates from the Beryl range and it flows northward, and it also gets merged with the Brahmaputra. So it also does not flow to Bangladesh. It gets merged in the Brahmaputra and it forms the left bank tributary of Brahmaputra. So Dhansari also gets eliminated. Then we have the river Manas. So the river Manas also flows in Assam and it also gets merged into the Brahmaputra. It does not flow directly into the Bangladesh. This also gets eliminated. Then we have Teesta. So Teesta is a river which gets originate in Sikkim, and then from Sikkim it flows heavily into the Bangladesh. So Teesta is a river which flows from India to Bangladesh. So this is correct. Then we have Damodar and then we have Hooghly. So Damodar is a river which is known as the sorrow of Bengal, because it is known to cause a lot of harm and erosion in the Bengal region, and Damodar does not flow into the Bangladesh. Damodar goes and flows into the Ganga and also into the Hooghly, and Hooghly, as we know, is a very big distributary of the river Ganga, and Hooghly also directly does not go into the Bangladesh. It flows into the Bay of Bengal. So overall, Damodar, Hooghly, Subansiri, Dhansari and Manas, it does not flow into Bangladesh. It is only Teesta which flows into the Bangladesh. So Hooghly, no. Dhansari, no. Teesta, yes. Manas, no. Subansiri, no. Damodar, no. So choose the correct code. So it is only 1. So that is option A is correct. Now moving on to the next question. The reference says, recently objection has been raised in the World Trade Organization regarding the ban imposed by India on the export of non-basmati rice. So this brings basmati rice and the associated countries with it. So the question talks about, consider the following statements. First, most of the world's rice is produced by countries in the Indo-Pacific region of Asia. So this is the first statement. If we talk about the top 10 rice producing countries in the world, this is the data of 2018. I will also be showing you the data of 2019 because the official data in recent years have not been come. And when we talk about the production of rice, the situation has not changed also in the present context also. So if we talk about the top 10 rice producing countries in the world, so let us first talk about the Indo-Pacific region. So if we talk about the Indo-Pacific region, then we all know that this is the Asian region. Wait, okay, okay, now it's fine. This is the Asia region and here lies the Pacific Ocean. So this is the Indo-Pacific region. And if we talk about the top 10 producing countries of rice, then on first we have China, second we have India, third we have Indonesia, and fourth we have Bangladesh, and fifth we have Vietnam. So very clearly all the countries are from Asia, Southeast Asia and the Indo-Pacific region. And if we talk about the world's biggest rice producers, then on the first position we have China, on second we have India, and on third we have Indonesia. So these three are the biggest rice producers in the world. So most of the world's rice is produced by countries in the Indo-Pacific region of Asia. This is correct. As I just showed you, first is China, second is India, and third is Indonesia. And China stands at the first position with a comprehensive margin, and India is standing on the second position with a very large margin from the third position. Even if Indonesia starts to produce double of its quantity, it will not be able to match India, and India need to produce at least 20% more to reach to China or to compete with China. So first becomes correct. Second is China tops the production of rice. That is absolutely correct, that it is the largest producer of rice. But India tops the exports of rice. Now this is also correct. Even though China produces the maximum amount of rice, but when it comes to exports, then India is the biggest exporter of rice. So if we see what the question is asking, it is talking about how many statements are correct. So first is correct and second is correct. So the correct answer is option C, which is both 1 and 2. Now the next question, the reference talks about that most recently it banned an opposition party that has clashed with President Daniel Ortega in the past, just ahead of presidential elections in Nicaragua. Since then there is a situation of tension here. Now this brings Nicaragua or the Central American countries to the news. So the question talks about which of the following countries touches both the Pacific Ocean and the Atlantic Ocean. So it is saying that which country touches both Pacific Ocean and Atlantic Ocean, and the name of the four countries are Nicaragua, Honduras, Belize, Guatemala. So these are the four countries. So let's see the map. So this is the map. On one hand we have the Atlantic Ocean and on the other hand we have the Pacific Ocean, and as we all know that North American continent and the South American continent are connected to each other through the Panama Canal, and Panama Canal is also the separating link between the Pacific Ocean and the Atlantic Ocean. And if we talk about the Atlantic Ocean, then the Gulf of Mexico and the Caribbean Sea are both part of the Atlantic Ocean. These are the extended arms of the Atlantic Ocean. So the countries that we have to talk about are the Central American countries, that is, these are the Central American countries like Belize, then we have Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, then we have Panama. So there are only two countries which shares borders either with Atlantic Ocean or Pacific Ocean. Apart from these two, all the other Central American countries shares border with both Atlantic Ocean and Pacific Ocean. So the two countries which shares border with either one is, first is Belize. Belize shares border only with the Atlantic Ocean, while on the other hand we have San Salvador, which shares border only with the Pacific Ocean. So San Salvador, Pacific Ocean, Belize, Atlantic Ocean. Rest all countries shares border with both Pacific Ocean and Atlantic Ocean. Like for example, we have Guatemala. Guatemala shares border with, let me change the color. I hope you will be able to see with this. Is this fine? I think this is fine. So Guatemala shares border with Pacific Ocean also and Atlantic Ocean also. Then we have Honduras. Honduras shares border with Pacific Ocean and Atlantic Ocean. Then Nicaragua also shares border with both. Panama also shares border with both. So this eliminates Belize from the options. So Nicaragua, yes, it shares border with both. Honduras also shares border with both. Guatemala also shares border with both, while Belize shares border only with the Atlantic Ocean. So choose the correct code. Which one is the correct code? It is 1, 2 and 4. Which one is 1, 2 and 4? Okay, the correct answer is option C, which talks about only 1, 2 and 4. Now moving on to the next question. The reference says that recently China and Nepal signed 12 agreements to enhance bilateral cooperation in several areas including trade, road connectivity and information technology. Now this brings China to the news. So the question says, which of the following cities is nearest to Lhasa, the capital of Tibet? Now this talks about Tibet and the capital of Tibet is Lhasa, and out of the 4 options or the name of the 4 cities which are given, which lies closest to the Lhasa, which is capital of Tibet, that is Kalapani, Kathmandu, Darjeeling and Tawang. So let's see the map. Okay, this is the map. If we talk about the region Tibet, then this is India's map. This is China, Nepal, Bhutan, and this is the location of Tibet, which lies to the north of India, north of Nepal, north of Bhutan, and it shares border with majority of the states of India also. So if we talk about Tibet, let me just rub this. So the capital of Tibet is Lhasa. So this is the location of capital of Tibet with Lhasa. So the 4 cities that are given is, first is Tawang. So the capital of Arunachal Pradesh is Itanagar, but Tawang is one of the major cities of Arunachal Pradesh, and there is a very famous and big monastery also, the Tawang monastery in Tawang. Then we have Darjeeling. Darjeeling lies in the north of West Bengal. Then we have Kathmandu, the capital of Nepal, and then we have Kalapani. Kalapani is a region which lies in Uttarakhand, the hilly areas or the upper stretches of the Uttarakhand. And I think by just clearly looking at the map, you will be able to see and find out that which lies closest to Lhasa. So it is Tawang which lies closest to Lhasa, and the difference is, or the distance is around 240 kilometers. Then between Lhasa and Darjeeling, the distance is around 400 kilometers, while on the other hand Kathmandu and Kalapani are very far away from Lhasa. So the correct answer is option D, that is Tawang. Now moving on to the next question. This is the practice question, and for the practice question you people need to tell me the answer in the comment section. And this talks about that which of the following countries is or are located on the equator. So there are 4 countries, the name of 4 countries are given, and how many of it are located on the equator. So that is Gabon, Uganda, Somalia, Southern Sudan. You have to talk about the correct code. Only 1, 2 and 3, only 1, 2 and 4, only 1, 3 and 4, or D option only 2, 3 and 4. Now this becomes an easy question because you just have to open the world map and all 4 countries lies in the African continent. So you can even see the African continent map and just see the equator, African continent, and through which all countries does the equator pass through the African continent. So this is what you have to do, and after doing this you people need to tell me the answer in the comment section, as many a times when I see that majority of the answers that you people give are correct. So that tells me that yes, you are going and looking at the world map. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading and keep writing.